Yo, man, welcome back. Man, y'all know what's up, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stop playing with me, bro. Like I said, man, run the road to 2K sale. Look where we at, man. Okay, and it's not gonna show. But like I said, man, run the road to 2K sales, man. We're almost there. I think we're only like 100 and something away from 2K subs, y'all. We're almost to 2K subs, y'all, man. Like I said, man, but look, today's video, man, we got Jimmy Butler just exposed the NBA. Let's get straight into it. Y'all know what's up. Y'all know what's up. Stop playing. Let's get straight into it.
If there's one thing that's become crystal clear over the last decade of NBA basketball, it's that the league is now completely driven by analytics.
Analytics come in now, I don't know if they did this before, and they say we have to play this way.
What's your three-point percentage? What's your wingspan? How many points per game do you average? Every decision, roster moves, play style, even contracts, is dictated by analytics, almost as if teams are playing a real-life video game.
Very hard.
This shot is worth 1.5 more than this shot.
And what he means by that is the three-point shot is worth more than the easy the easy layup or the easy dunk you can get. You see how in the NBA, when there's a fast break and there's like 3 against 1, the person has the ball with dead ass, pull up for the 3, but not make the easy pass to his teammate for the easy layup or the easy dunk. I promise you, it's a lot of teams, they have a 3-and-1, but what to do is they boom, stop, pull up for the 3, and it's like, that's a bad shot. Why would I want a 3? Why can't I get the easy bucket to my teammate? But the NBA is like, everybody's trying to copy each other. Like, everybody should have their own style. Not 3, you know what I'm saying? But it's what it is, man.
No one has shaped this data revolution more than Daryl Morey. His philosophy, now known as Morey Ball, has completely revolutionized the modern NBA by emphasizing three-pointers and layups while diminishing the importance of mid-range shots. The idea is simple. Crack the numbers, and you crack the game.
Look! Nigga can have an easy... Look!
The idea
a floater right
is
here,
simple.
boom!
Crack
floater, throw it up!
the numbers,
I mean, I guess.
and you crack the game.
You know.
That's a 3, and that ties the record. That's number 29.
Many would argue, however, that this numbers-first approach makes the game too predictable, draining the excitement. But for teams chasing wins, the analytics rule. If the data says it works, nothing else matters. And then there's Jimmy Butler, who refuses to play by the numbers.
He's always better with a ball handler. And that pass from Draymond to Butler!
At 35 years old, the Warrior star is a glitch in the matrix of modern basketball. He's a below-average three-point shooter, he doesn't have elite length, and if you looked at his stats alone, you'd think he was just another role player. By today's metrics, he shouldn't be this good, but somehow, he keeps breaking the algorithm.
The way he plays is smart. Now, you know what I'm saying, in the playoffs or something, you know what I'm saying, but in the playoffs, Jimmy Butler skyrockets up. Now, it does, now the Jimmy Butler trade does help the Warriors, but the thing is, they lack size, pause. Like, they don't really have like a true center. They don't have a true big. They don't. And that's why if the Warriors play the Nuggets or the Timberwolves, like a team like a true big, they're not going to be able to beat that team. They're probably going to have to outscore them, but like the Warriors cannot guard Jokic. You know what I'm saying? The Timberwolves, you know what I'm saying? If y'all get what I'm trying to say, but yeah.
Rhythm. Every team he touches turns into a contender. And in 2025, he's rewriting the script again, turning the Warriors from a league-wide afterthought into a legitimate threat.
They won 10 straight games that Jimmy Butler's.
I wouldn't say threat. I wouldn't say a threat, but they're up there. They're not a threat. You know what I'm saying? It's probably OKC, Denver, Lakers, Warriors. You can throw the Timberwolves in there too. And that's about it. The Rockets, no. Grizzlies, not really. That's about it. Just the Nuggets, Lakers, Warriors, OKC. That's probably about it. And the Timberwolves. That's the 5 teams that can come out the West.
Played in. So pretty much every locker room with Jimmy Butler I've been in postgame is a winning locker room, which is also.
How is Butler doing this? Why don't his numbers reflect his impact? And the biggest question of all, is Jimmy Buckets exposing the limits of NBA analytics?
I mean, you can always play your game. Play your way. You don't have to do the analytics how they want you to play. Play your game. Do what you want to do. Play your game. Don't. You know what I'm saying? Feel me?
Before the 2025 trade deadline, the Warriors were in serious trouble. They were dropping game after game. Steph Curry was clearly frustrated, and the team looked like it was slowly falling apart.
The Golden State Warriors 2024-25 NBA season might be over.
Warriors fans online were desperately searching for answers, but nothing seemed to make sense. Some believed the Warriors needed another top 20 player next to Steph. Others thought they needed a true point guard and floor general. And then there were those who felt it was time to blow it all up and rebuild.
You need to rebuild, and you need to blow it up, and you need to be drastic, whatever it is that you do, because that's the only way that you can potentially hit on something that's going to point you in the right direction.
In the end, the Warriors landed Jimmy Butler, a player who, through 25 games with the Heat this season, was averaging just 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Numbers that wouldn't even get.
Comes to right now. The Warriors have to win now. They only got about a 3-year span, 2-year span. Because Curry's not getting any younger. Curry's not getting any younger. Draymond not getting any younger. Jimmy Butler for damn sure not getting any younger. You get Jimmy Butler 2-year, $80 million contract. You try to rate Jordan Poole. You try to rate them draft picks. You know what I'm saying? Once Curry and Draymond and Jimmy Butler retires, that Warriors team is not going to be, like, good. I'm sorry. Unless they, like, I don't know how many draft picks they got unless they do good in the draft or sign people. But I don't think people don't want to sign to Golden State. It's just facts. The last person that was big that signed to the Warriors was fucking Kevin Durant. That's about it.
Get you into the All-Star game in today's NBA. And if that wasn't bad enough, according to 2K, Jimmy wasn't just outside the top 20. He wasn't even top 40. Jimmy Butler was ranked as just the 48th best player in the league. On paper, this team should have collapsed. But instead, the exact opposite happened.
By 21. Wild. That was something else. With 4 titles and now 500.
By all accounts, this made no sense. If the numbers were the ultimate truth, how did the Warriors go from rock bottom to dominance overnight? All by...
I mean, are they playing? But if you look at the win shit they have, they're playing teams, but they're playing teams without their stars. Like, I want to see this Warriors team play a team at full strength. A team at full strength. Now, I don't know why teams are guarding Jimmy Butler like that nigga can shoot. Bro, leave the nigga open. Worry about everybody else. You see, my Lakers be doing that like anybody. I promise you. When my Lakers play the Warriors, they're going to leave Jimmy Butler wide open and focus on Curry and everybody. They're going to leave Draymond open. They're going to leave Gary Payton open. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Yeah, the Warriors are, yeah, they're good, but I feel like certain teams don't have like the defense to like, you feel me? The Lakers have that. These other teams don't really, you know what I'm saying? As a team, they're not defending, you know, feel me?
Adding a player,
but the Warriors are doing good,
were against.
Bro, I'm jumping out the window right now, dog. They are a Western Conference Finals max team. Like, you know them Jimmy Butler teams, bro, it's like...
Even after joining Golden State, Jimmy's effective field goal percentage dropped to 47.3%. For context, Russell Westbrook gets ripped apart for his inefficiency, and yet Jimmy was now in the same category. But the Warriors were still winning because of him. He's defying everything the modern NBA is built on, the idea that numbers dictate success. So that begs the question, if the numbers are lying, what's the truth?
Come on, bro. Look what they playing, bro. Like, dang, I'm trying to tell you.
There are things in basketball that numbers will never capture. If I just told you, it might not sink in. So instead, let me show you with stories. In the 2020 NBA Finals, the Miami Heat were already huge underdogs against the Lakers. And then, in Game 3, it got even worse. They lost Bam Adebayo and Goran Dragic, their second and third best players. At that point, this wasn't just an uphill battle.
Yeah, that finals right here, Jimmy Butler was going Jimmy Butler was going crazy. Like, I don't know, but like, bro, Jimmy Butler is that player like that just goes crazy in the playoffs, bro. I don't know. It's like, it's kind of, you know what I'm saying? It's like LeBron, like, you know what I'm saying? LeBron, you know what I'm saying? He chilling in the regular season, and then in the playoffs, skyrocket up. There are certain players in this league that can cruise and chill in the regular season, and then the playoffs comes, going crazy. Jimmy Butler, Bron, Luka, you know what I'm saying? You can throw Kerr in there. There's certain players in the league that just goes crazy in the playoffs. Like,
it was like climbing Everest with no oxygen. But Jimmy Butler, he didn't care. He went out and dropped a 40-point triple-double without hitting a single three. And in the fourth quarter, after scoring a tough bucket on LeBron James, the guy who had been to almost every finals for a decade, Jimmy looked him dead in the eye and said, "You're in trouble." Just think about that. Shorthanded, outmatched, on the biggest stage, and trash-talking one of the greatest of all time? What makes this even crazier is that Jimmy fully believed it.
Jimmy, first I just wanted to clarify. It looked like you said you're in trouble. Is that what you said?
It is what I said.
Okay.
In the 2023 NBA playoffs, the 8th-seeded Miami Heat went up against the first seeded
I'm trying to
Milwaukee.
tell you, the Heat with Jimmy Butler, they always underdogs, but you never want to play the Heat in the playoffs because the Heat can't be, I promise you, the Heat be that one to that sneaky team that beat anybody. These niggas beat the Celtics and went to the finals in 23 and played the Nuggets, but you know, so they lost. But to beat the Bucks, remember, and the Celtics were favorite to go to the finals and possibly win it. You know what I'm saying?
Milwaukee Bucks,
but the Heat won.
The best regular season team in the league. And Jimmy Butler, he didn't back down for a second. He put up insane performances, completely tore them apart, and led Miami to one of the biggest upsets in NBA history, becoming just the 6th number 8 seed ever to take down a number 1 seed. And to make it even better, he looked them straight in the eye and said, "I own you." He didn't just beat the best team in the league. He trash-talked them. He embarrassed them and made sure they knew it. Jimmy Butler isn't in the NBA to make friends. He doesn't beg for help. He doesn't actively team up with other superstars. And the reason he's been criticized, the reason he's bounced around the league, it's because not every team is built for his mentality.
He brings it every single possession. And see, when I think of guys with the Mamba mentality, I need to look at guys and watch guys that play every possession, not every minute, but every second. And Jimmy falls under that category.
This is the dog factor. You won't find it on a box score. You won't see it in any advanced analytics. And honestly, I don't think numbers can even quantify it. But whatever it is, Jimmy has it in spades. And yet, NBA teams look at his 17-5-5 stat line and think, nothing special. And that's why, time and time again, they let him walk. And look, I'll be real, I was guilty of this too. When Jimmy first joined the Warriors, I wasn't sure what to expect. But when the team...
Yeah, see, now look. They're good, they are good, but every team they played be like teams that do not have their star players, like their franchise type of player. They barely beat the Knicks by 3 without Jalen Brunson. If the Knicks had Jalen Brunson, the Warriors would have lost that game. I promise you that they would have lost that game. My Lakers already beat these niggas Warriors with 3-0. If we play the Warriors again, we're beating the Warriors. I promise you we beating the Warriors, bro. All them little screens and shit, bro. First of all, the Warriors, Pac gonna put what? Jimmy Butler on what? Luka. Who's gonna guard Bron? Who's gonna guard Rui? Who's gonna guard Austin Reeves? If y'all go small, nigga, we throwing that shit right up to Jackson Hayes. You can't guard Luka. Be honest, who's gonna guard Luka if the Warriors and the Lakers match up in the playoff series? Who the fuck is gonna guard LeBron, Reeves, Luka, Rui? Tell me that right now.
He was struggling when the season looked like it was slipping away. Jimmy stood firm, like King Leonidas, with the belief of a warrior facing 300 against 1,000,000.
Let's get it. Championship coming soon.
Most superstars, maybe even all of them, wouldn't have the nerve to say that. But Jimmy, the dog in him can. Like the saying goes, life's battles don't always go to the stronger or faster man, but sooner or later, the man who wins is the man who thinks he can. And that right there, that's the dog factor. That's the thing numbers will never measure. Here's a clip of Allen Iverson, an NBA superstar from over 2 decades ago, responding to a reporter asking if going to practice would make his teammates better.
How the hell can I make my teammates better by practicing?
Yo.
NBA players probably get the idea of making their teammates better on a surface level. But do they really understand it on a DNA level? Kobe Bryant had every move on offense and was a lockdown defender. But even he admitted there was one more level to his game. Not a skill, not better footwork, but making his teammates better.
Once I realized that my goal really is to be the best player I can be. And then what that means helping my teammates be the best players that they can be. And once I figured that out, then my game went to another level.
It's not always an assist on the box score. It's not necessarily a +1 in the plus-minus department.
RP Kobe, man.
It's real.
RP Kobe,
For a
man.
first-hand example, just look at Jimmy Butler's time with the Miami Heat. For the first 2 seasons, Bam Adebayo was just a decent role player, putting up mediocre numbers at best. Then in 2020, when Jimmy arrived, Bam suddenly became a double-double machine, an all-star and one of the best defensive players in the NBA.
He raised the level of play around people. Yes, sir. He make you play harder.
Nah, that is true. Jimmy do. He do make, you know, saying the his teams around him better. Bam was going crazy, but Tyler Hero going crazy, you know what I'm saying? All these other role players you don't hear was going crazy when Jimmy was on the Heat.
You know, he just make you care a little bit more.
Then, after Jimmy moved to Golden State, look at what happened to Steph Curry. Before Jimmy arrived, whispers of Steph slowing down were growing louder. But now, he's setting defenses on fire again.
Steph from midcourt. Oh, come on! Did he ghost him on that too?
The fact is, Jimmy Butler elevates his teammates. There's no stat for this, no flashy metric, nothing the NBA can measure. But the proof is in his track record. And if that's not the essence of an MVP, then what is? If there's one thing to learn from Jimmy Butler, it's this. Never let numbers define who you are. Think about it. What was your GPA in school?
But the thing is, bro, can Jimmy Butler help his team in the West? Remember, this is not the weak-ass East. It's the West. Can Jimmy Butler truly help his team in the Western Conference playoffs? Not the East. I'm not talking about the trash-ass East playoffs. The West. Be honest. Can he help his team in the West? This is not the East, gang. This is not the East where East, that shit easy. You feel me?
How many followers do you have? What
And that's from it for the video. Y'all let me know what you think down below. Do y'all think he can truly help his team in the Western Conference? Remember, this is not the East no more. It's the West. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm a Lakers fan. Remember when LeBron was cruising up in the East, came to the West and see how hard the West is? Let's see how Jimmy Butler, let's see what Jimmy Butler can do in that West. Y'all know what's up. Stop playing.